What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew 2, and in this video I do want to take a look at the Season 7 Episode 2, the Blizzard Rush Motor Pass here. So the first thing I do want to mention though is similar to the last Motor Pass, you can buy this one with real money and or money in the game as well, so you can actually farm races and stuff and actually buy the Motor Pass, which I do think is awesome. I also do believe, guys, if you actually do want to buy tiers and stuff though, you will have to use crew credits for that still, but nonetheless though, the challenges are going to remain the same as they were the last like 2 or 3 seasons, I believe. So all you guys will have to do basically now is complete the summit every single week, and you will get all 4 of these challenges completed, getting you 8 free levels. So at least leveling up the motor pass is going to be insanely easy. But I do want to know your guys' thoughts though. Do you guys prefer the weekly challenges how they were set up before, where you'd have to complete like a certain race or something like that, or like 7 contractor missions? Or do you guys actually like it the way that it is now? I feel like it's okay that it is like this, but I also do like doing challenges the way they were before, because now all you really have to do is basically complete the summit, and that's all you have to do to level up the motor pass. Like if you really wanted to, guys, you don't even have to do the daily missions if you didn't want to, because there's a lot of challenges here and you can easily max out the motor pass way before you get to the end of these. So that's definitely something to think about. But nonetheless though, let's move right into this motor pass now. So the first vehicle you guys will get, and the first 3 items will also unlock instantly the second you guys buy the motor pass. But nonetheless though, the first vehicle is going to be the Bugatti EB110 Super Sport Anodized Edition. So this thing looks pretty awesome. It has a wide body kit. I also really like the rims on this car as well. Plus it's going to be a new hypercar to mess with, so I'm kind of interested to see how this thing's going to compare to the original EB110, but this is also probably going to be one of my favorite Bugattis in the entire game. I do want to know your guys' thoughts, by the way. Which Bugatti is your favorite? If I also had to guess, I would say a lot of players might be tired of seeing Bugattis on the Crew 2, but nonetheless though, moving over is going to be the futuristic helmet here, and I'm still wearing that insane looking sweater. If you guys have this thing, definitely throw it on. But moving over to the next item, the anodized nitro, so that's kind of cool looking as well. I also have no idea why I'm using my boat either. But moving over to the tire, I will also have to test out the tires in the game as well, because apparently some of them do help with the car, so I will be testing that more in the future. But moving over to the next thing is going to be an underglow. That one's also kind of interesting. I also don't use underglows and or like the rooftops that much, and the dragon one does actually look pretty awesome. Moving over to the next item though is going to be a crew credits pack. And then moving over to the next item is going to be the Fast and the Furious, which is going to be a half fame magnet set for the hypercar category. I would definitely recommend going after this, guys, because I actually run the fame magnet set when I farm the money in the game. This is the only set I run when I'm doing races, when pretty much. And then moving over to the next item is going to be a fame magnet set for the hypercar class, which is going to be called the Fast and the Furious. Kind of funny there, but this is also going to be one of the best sets to have in the game. What's kind of funny is whenever I do any type of race on the Crew 2 and it's not a summit, I'm always running a fame magnet set on my vehicles, because you get a lot of followers and or bucks from this. So if you guys are running this set, throw all your icon points on bucks and you can definitely stack a lot of money. I do believe from the long New York hyper race, I'm getting like 600 and something thousand from that one. So this would definitely be one of those sets you guys will want to go after. But moving over to the next thing is going to be a smoke, and I actually like the detail of this one. I normally don't use the smokes all that much and or change them, but when like doing drift events, I normally would run something like this. Then we'll have the Bucks pack. Then we'll have the underglow here. Kind of cool. Then we will have a horn. Then after that, we'll have another crew credits pack and or bucks. And then at level 13, we'll have the Dodge Charger SRT8 Lab Edition. So it's going to have a wide body on it. It also looks slightly upgraded. What's kind of funny though is I really haven't seen this car used all that much, and I also feel like a lot of players really do want to see a wide body Hellcat on the Crew 2. I would probably say that's one of the most requested cars out of everything else, but at least we're going to have something kind of close to it. Not really. But moving over to the next item, guys, is going to be a rooftop piece. And that will actually show you the cars you guys do want to put that on, which is not going to look the greatest. Then we're going to have the elegant suit. Pretty nice. Then we'll have the lab tire. That one's pretty dope. Then we'll have more crew credits, and then a red window tint, which is kind of hard to see on the KTM Expo. Then we'll have the Lab Underglow. Then we'll have more bucks. We'll also have another horn. Then we'll have some Motor Stars pack here. Then we'll have a Crew Credits pack. Then moving over to level 22, the Colored Ribbon Nitro. That one's actually pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. Then we'll have some more bucks. We'll have the Colored Ribbon Smoke. And then moving over to level 25, we're going to have the Celine S1 Icebreaker Edition. So when this car did release a while back, I feel like it was actually really good in some ways. For one, it had some impressive handling, which was kind of shocking with it. It's also one of those vehicles you probably wouldn't expect to be good. So I will be testing out all the vehicles in the Motor Pass, guys. So stay tuned for those videos in the future. And then right now we also have the Colored Ribbon Underglow. Then we have more crew credits. Then we'll have the Tempesta tint, which is again kind of hard to see on the KTM. Then we'll have the Bucks pack, another horn, more Motor Pass stars right there. Then we'll have the Colored Ribbon tire. That one's actually pretty sweet. Then we'll have the Crew Credits pack after that, more bucks, and then we'll have the second part of the Fast and Furious Fame Magnet set for the hypercars. Definitely worth going after. Then we'll have the Tempesta Nitro. That one's also pretty sweet. And then guys, moving over to the next car, I'm sure the one a lot of players did want to see, that they did see this thing in the trailer. The creator's Tempesta. For some reason, I feel like this car belongs in GTA, but after looking at this car for a minute, guys, I think I finally figured out why this thing looks so insanely familiar to me. I feel like this car looks heavily similar to the Tuatera. I most likely did not pronounce that correctly, but that was the car that apparently hit like 330 miles an hour. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't look exactly like it, but for some odd reason, I'm definitely getting those vibes from it. Let me know in the comments below though, guys, what do you think this thing is based on? It's definitely a pretty awesome looking car though, regardless. I can't wait to test it out, and it's also going to be free in the Motor Pass as well, so all you will have to do is hit level 37 to get this thing. But moving over to the next item is going to be more crew credits. Then we'll have the Tempesta Underglow. That one's kind of cool. We'll have another horn. Then we'll have a Bucks pack. Then we'll have the Plasma Nitro. We'll have more crew credits, which is going to be 20,000. I do believe you only get 40,000 from the Motor Pass, so it's not going to be all that much. And then moving over to the next item is going to be more Motor Pass stars. Then we will have the Nebula Smoke. That one's also pretty awesome. And then we will have another Bucks pack, but after that, guys, we're going to have a Street Race Loot Digger set. At least that's what it's saying on the bottom there with the affixed stats. For some odd reason, it does say a Live Reward Sniffer set, so if I had to guess, it's probably going to be bugged out in some way, but a Loot Digger set is definitely going to be insanely helpful in any class, especially getting a lot of the other sets completed, so I would definitely say that's going to be a good thing to have. But moving over to the next thing is going to be the Nebula Underglow. I have to admit that's actually pretty awesome. It kind of reminds me something out of like Elden Ring, like one of these special effects. Then we'll have a horn. And then at level 50 we'll have the Tempesta tire, which surprisingly does actually look pretty cool. And then finally, guys, the last item is going to be the Delta Nitro, which I do have to admit I've been really liking the Nitros recently on the Crew 2, so it looks like we're going to have another awesome one to grab. But besides that though, guys, that's basically going to do it for this Motor Pass. So we're going to have 4 vehicles in here. We'll have the Tempesta, which is basically going to be the main new car out of all of them. We'll obviously have that Bugatti and or the Celine S1, which are also pretty sweet. Then we're going to have the off-brand Hellcat widebody as well. So it's really going to depend on what you guys like in this one. But let me know what you guys think about the Motor Pass in the comments below. I would say the biggest thing is now that we can actually buy the Motor Pass with in-game money. I am so glad Ubisoft actually did that. And also, guys, stay tuned later today for that Summit video.